chocolatey.
It's a Business Pants Friday show here at July 24th Studios featuring Anna's Full, Matt Biscardi. Yeah.
ESG feels like caramel. It's like a topping. It's not really chocolate.
On today's weekly wrap-up, diarrhea bribes.
I don't like that.
AI begins its autonomous phase, so why are we complaining about who serves on OpenAI's board?
That's a good question.
And Jensen Huang is begging to be ignored for a little longer so he can really, really enjoy being filthy rich. Just give him a few more days.
Come on, just let him have this one.
Our show today is being sponsored by FreeFlow Analytics, FreeFlowAnalytics.com, the only platform measuring voice power connections to performance for free.
You know what I heard? I heard next week, anybody who had signed up for the old platform, which is like, 1,000 users on the old platform, all of them are going to get an email inviting them
get
to
a
have
$1,000 check.
No, that's not going to happen at all. I heard all of them are going to get an email inviting them to the beta platform. So everyone's going to get to see what we've already seen.
If only anyone in our organization knew how to sell anything, because the new platform is incredible. I was shown a trade simulator today where we were tinkering with MSA Safety added a new director, and it showed you it could have shown you before he was even added, like what he would add to the board, what his influence would be, whether he
his
had
knowledge,
the right skill set.
Yeah.
I mean, we could be selling this to even just boards themselves, or director placement agency, whatever. But we don't know what we're doing, so we're not going to sell. Let's do it. Come on, let's go on.
That's the good news. All right, let's go fast. All right,
but then again, if we knew what we were doing,
yeah, we wouldn't.
And we were those guys, we would
have
hate
built
each
this.
other. Yeah, we would just stop. We would just be doing a lot of coke, and we would just be hungover all the time.
It's still an option.
I don't have time for that. Yeah, that's true actually. All right, story of the week. No particular order. Trump. This is the headline: Trump's explosive diarrhea scandal is getting worse and worse. All right, let's just put this. I'm going to try to put this in a nutshell. Everyone knows the story. So there's tainted lettuce giving people, loose bowels.
Well, does anybody know anymore if it's tainted lettuce?
I don't know. This is why the aid. You got to thank the Zucks and the Elon Musks in the world, because this is why this age is so difficult for those of us who went through college and learned how to analyze and be analytical, and because nobody really knows anymore. Nobody trusts anything. Nobody knows what's real.
Look, if we're honest, isn't America just in its teen years? It's just an angsty teen rejecting everything and being
like middle school. Yeah, right.
That's what America is, a middle schooler
teens.
Right now. Yeah.
So the FDA briefly reported a positive lab test on a Taylor Farms sample, right? And then the next day, I mean, of course, this is how the Trump administration acts, right? The next day, it retracted that, saying it was a false positive.
Right.
Now, after that, we learn that Taylor Fresh Foods contributed $1 million to the pro-Trump super PAC back in March 2025. And then a week later, the administration announced a 30-month delay on implementing the FDA's food traceability rule, which is a regulation specifically designed to mandate digital tracking for rapid source tracing during food outbreaks. So this is where the whole conspiracy just went nuts, right? And then let's not forget that Doge mandated freezes on government credit. Elon Musk remember he put a freeze on government credit cards, like workers' credit cards. So that left FDA field inspectors unable to purchase food samples from grocery stores or border ports to test for contamination.
Great.
Regulations left the FDA understaffed by about 20% across the board. And then he reduced FDA funding for state and local food safety programs by nearly 30%. So this is the whole diarrhea scandal in a nutshell. Did I get it?
That's all the scandals in a nutshell.
Right. That actually is a great analogy of that's like the 1984 of this age, right?
So while that happens, everybody
Animal
who
farm.
has or had
Diarrhea farm.
anyone who's had or has explosive diarrhea at this point
Oh, thank God
should
I don't.
package it and send it to Musk because
Oh God.
because look,
Or
while this is happening, while the FDA funding went from 117 million to 83 million, they laid off 20%.
I mean, 30,
you know,
$34 million we're saving on that.
like
That's
while
that's
that
a
is
single
happening,
CEO's like yearly pay.
Donald Trump made an extra $2 billion on crypto. Elon Musk IPO'd SpaceX and became a trillionaire. Like that's the two things happening at the same time.
And people are still
You
asking
have
us like,
explosive
why do you?
diarrhea?
People are still asking us, why do directors matter? Why do executives matter?
It's unbelievable to me. Like that's
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about this story. It's so
All right, let's move on.
unbelievable.
And I think this is a story that people know, but I don't know they know about the connection.
It's not the big story of the week, though. The big
Okay.
story of the week is way
I don't even know if I-
horrifying or
Oh, okay. So I didn't know if I picked what you thought was the big story of the week, but let's get to the next one. Again, no particular order. Open, and I don't even know how many people know about this because do people care anymore about all the horrible stuff? I do.
I have a theory about what this is, but let's
Okay.
go.
OpenAI says its AI technology acted on its own in an unprecedented hack of another company. Now, this is not like from some weird website. This is all major news reporting. So a few other headlines. OpenAI says its AI models went rogue and attacked a digital library. OpenAI says a group of its models broke out of secure containment and hacked another site. And then OpenAI reveals that its agent breached another company's systems, and it did exactly what it was built to do. So here's what it did. Its advanced models, it was testing its advanced models in an isolated sandbox with reduced safety controls, and the AI discovered a vulnerability, escaped out, and then secretly gained open internet access. And then it reasoned on its own that it was a good idea to break into this other company without human direction because there was stuff there it could steal. It stole login credentials. It executed remote code. And OpenAI said itself that its own AI went to extreme lengths simply to accomplish its goal. So, again, this is OpenAI saying all this.
Well,
It broke out of containment, made decisions on its own, went out and stole stuff to achieve its goal.
two clarifications. Number
Yeah.
one, OpenAI is Sam Altman, right? Like,
Okay, well, yeah.
like
you're right.
Sam
I should
Altman,
be saying Sam Altman, the guy they tried
Sam
to fire.
Altman built a thing
Yeah.
that did this, right?
The guy
Like,
that
Sam
tried
Altman
to
did it.
fire because he was so distracted trying to figure out how to make profit out of a company that promised in its bylaws not to ever go for profit, and was lying to everybody, that the board was like, no, this is getting scary. We have to get rid of you.
Yeah, and then like everybody freaked out and brought him back and fired the board members who
I don't even know who really
saw
freaked
this
out.
coming.
Yeah.
Number two, these are all so OpenAI announced all these things.
I know.
Ostensibly, they announced it because they were worried someone was going to find out, and like it looks like one of those things where like, okay, announce it because if I get the reporting,
They
comes from
admitted to
somewhere
this.
else. It's way so they are admitted to it. I think this is there's one thing Sam Altman's really good at, and it's not coding. He's not an AI person. He's not
What?
a coder. He doesn't fucking know how to build anything by himself.
he good
Never
at?
built a thing. Instead, what he's really good at is lying, persuasion, and getting money.
Well,
now,
this is not just Matt saying this. I mean, there's been numerous articles. There's been former mentors, professors who've said all this.
there was like long exposés in
Yeah.
which that was the outcome. He's a
then why is he
sociopath. He
saying
will
this?
lie for validation because
Using this for his own good.
Anthropic announced that they weren't going to release a model because it was so dangerous that it could break into everything. It could break into banks. It could break into everything. And their announcement was, we are not releasing this. And that was their marketing announcement. Isn't it a way better marketing announcement to get money to say, oops, ours did break into somebody and it was a friendly, like
Meaning-
they targeted
Yeah.
Hugging Face is an AI digital library. It is people that very clearly know the people at OpenAI. They know each other, right? Like this isn't like, this isn't like I targeted a Russian bank just for fun. They targeted somebody that they were familiar with, someone everyone in the AI community knows. They targeted them with a simple, narrow task that actually wouldn't do damage in any real capacity. And they announced it after it went rogue. Now, I'm not saying it didn't go rogue. That's the terrifying part. It probably did. But the announcement is suspiciously close to when they're supposed to IPO. It suggests
what does this suggest?
Because it suggests that they have models that are
powerful?
so powerful
Yeah,
that they can't even contain them. That's how powerful they are. Whose
yeah.
money? Who
Yeah.
wants to? What do you want to fund? Do you want to fund the model that like can code you a cool app, or do you want to fund the model that can break into every system in the world?
Yeah,
Like, what do you want to fund?
I guess I feel like that's a strange optimistic spin on this. But you know what? You might be right, because the top 0.001% of the funders are that maniacal that they would like that. The rest of
That's what I mean.
the rest of the population who doesn't have the funding ability is scared out of their minds. But
that's not the money.
No,
The
I know,
money
you're right.
Loves this.
I don't
And
know about this one.
They announced it on the same day. They added 2 directors to the board.
Okay, let's get to that. So the same day, they added 2 directors to their board, and they're not people who are going to help with the AI going rogue. They are bankers,
Right, because
preparing for their IPO. I don't know. OpenAI is great at really negative optics. So I don't know. I wonder if this is going to contribute to something going wrong. I mean, they really should have gotten rid of Sam Altman a while ago. He's like the Travis Kalanick of this area. He's just, I don't know. But
it's horrifying because it's a legitimate concern for real people. But I do think actually Sam Altman is conniving and needy enough
So you're
that
seeing
he's
this-
not talking to you or I. He's
Yeah,
not talking
that's
to
true.
regular people. He does not care about
talking
you
to-
or I or our validation.
Anderson Horowitz and
Andreessen
Jamie
Horowitz,
Dimon and
SoftBank,
Yeah,
and he's talking to like
techno
all
believers.
the techno optimists who are like AI has the power to free us and give us abundance. All those fuckfaces who are shoving this down our throats. That's who he's talking to because they have all the money. Just like in the story before, Elon Musk has all the money, Donald Trump has all the money. That's who he's talking to. Imagine going to Donald Trump and saying, like, Altman knows him personally, has been to multiple dinners with him. Imagine him calling him
really
up and
kissed his
saying,
butt.
"Hey, Mr. President, just wanted to let you know our system went rogue, but this is actually a great opportunity for the U.S. government to own a system that is shown it's capable of." Imagine that.
Yes, here's where you're not wrong. Sam Altman himself has floated the idea of, has agreed that the federal government owning a percentage of OpenAI is fine. And he's also vehemently against states regulating his company, but he's okay with the feds, because the feds equals Donald Trump, right? So you might be right about that. All right. I have actually a pop quiz, but before I get to that, I wanted to tell you 2 other things that happened with OpenAI this week. So they added 2 bankers, so they're not going to help with their AI going rogue.
That's useful.
And then 2 more horrible lawsuits. One, the chatbot encouraged a woman to commit suicide, telling her this is not suicide, this is surrender, and that she's not delusional, but she's prophetic. And then a pastor in Florida also suing, saying that ChatGPT almost killed him because it gave him horrible medical advice and said things like, we're going to do this together step by step, even though... Yeah, so what it did was it warned him, look, I'm not a doctor, go see a doctor. But the more the guy talked to the agent, it was like, okay, we can figure this out together. Like,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, OpenAI President Greg Brockman said this about the Hugging Face security breach, saying, sometimes it's hard to lose track of any one dimension that they're actually very capable at. So he's saying, like, it's kind of hard. Like, this is
hard. What we do is hard.
Yeah,
guys.
he said, quote, this is indicative of the times we're in. He's just like, look, this is going to happen.
This is just what it is.
This is what it is. All right. So let's get to the pop quiz here. I have an AI regulation pop quiz. So OpenAI, Google, Meta, Microsoft, XAI. Where do you think they stand on regulation? What do you think they say about regulation?
I mean,
I'm going to start with XAI. What do you think XAI stands? Do they want it? Do they not want
no,
it?
Musk doesn't want it. That's just Musk. Musk wants to simultaneously win it and use the fact that these companies said they were for the benefit of humanity against them. But also, I'm sure he's like, yeah, give us some guardrails, but not real regulation. Come on.
Yeah, so let's not forget that Musk is the one who keeps saying, like, it might kill us, but it's probably going to save us.
Yes.
He's admitting this out loud.
He's
saying this.
Yeah.
It might destroy us, but it might not. So we better roll
it
the
might
dice
not.
on this
Well,
one.
we should go with the might not chance.
Yeah, so XAI, they are strongly opposed to state level regulation, but they're sort of open to federal regulation. Again, which
Sort of
helps
open.
when you're a friend of the current
like they're
federal
bi-curious,
government,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If a Democrat populist takes over, of course they'll be
They'll be
against federal
vehemently
regulation.
against it. Yeah.
And thanks for pronouncing that word correctly, making me look like an idiot. What about Microsoft? What do they think?
They're adultish, adult adjacent. I'm gonna say that they're for regulation.
Yeah, they think it's fine. They haven't really said anything against it. They just want that.
They also have the no good AI themselves. Right?
Well, they own a huge stake in OpenAI.
Yeah, but they kind of stink themselves. So like, it's easy to be like, regulate us because we stink. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but they're the ones. You're right. They're the ones you should partner with because they think it's okay. They just want the rules to be clear, which won't
clarity.
happen.
Clarity.
It won't happen. It won't happen.
Clarity.
What do you think What do you think Mark Zuckerberg wants?
Zuckerberg is saying the same thing you probably said with social media, which is someone needs to regulate it, but China, don't regulate it. Also, we're going to lose to China. Also, abundance. So you don't want to regulate it too much. He's saying both things.
Yeah. You're actually wrong on this one. They're claiming that Zuck is the most against it at this point.
Oh,
in fact,
nice of him.
He just recently invested tens of millions of dollars. They don't have the exact amount in the American Technology Excellence Project. I'm not kidding you. This is what it's called. It's a super PAC focused on fighting AI regulation, intended to oppose policies that Zuck views as harmful to AI development. So they're the most against it. Zuck.
This is a guy who failed at basically everything he didn't buy. Like he's a giant fail.
What about Google?
And,
yeah.
Google. This is the guy we want to listen to?
No, we don't want to listen to Zuck.
Google is adult adjacent too. I'm going to say they're probably 4-ish.
Yeah, I think they're landing on sure. It's okay. They're open to it, right? So which is good, I guess, right? I mean, so Microsoft and Google, I think, are the most adulty. And then what about OpenAI? We kind of already hinted at this. Where are they?
I mean, OpenAI is the same place they always are. But we can actually come back to this. Because
Okay.
I have them later.
Come back to it because my answer for OpenAI was that their answer is very clear and their answer is confused and shady, which is really what you hinted at before. Because when you go over the details of what Sam is saying and then when he's fighting at the same time, like he's saying yes, he's saying no, he's giving money to he's completely a shady maniac. And let's move on. I don't want to say anymore. Let's go to the third story of the week. Let's get into boring governance world.
Yeah. Finally.
Which you're not going to vote for.
No, I'm not.
Target appoints former 7-Eleven CEO Joe DePinto to its board.
Ooh, I have something on this too.
You do. I actually love this because I dug into. I was like, okay, well, where are we going with this? What I love about this is DePinto was famous for buying massive acquisitions at 7-Eleven. He bought Speedway for $21 billion. He bought the Sunoco assets for billions of dollars. And then it all ended in heavy debt loads. And then they closed a bunch of underperforming stores. They had to sell $1 billion in real estate. They had to slash its operating income forecast by nearly 28%. So it all kind of ended in disaster, even though it looked
Put
great.
Him on the board.
It looked great for a while. And they put him right onto the audit and risk committee and right onto the infrastructure and finance committee.
Wow.
I'm just thinking like,
Look, who knows more about risk than a guy who failed at taking risks?
Is this
That
not a
guy.
better symbol though of our American boards of directors? Is that without the input of anyone, they just kind of slide you in there, right?
This
It's
is
kinda,
a one share, one vote class company. There is
they could
input.
say no. Yeah,
There's input.
Shareholders
like,
could
are
say
you
no.
listening, shareholders? You
Yeah.
could say no to a guy who failed miserably at his
Pushed
last
out.
job, getting put on the board of a company that's failing miserably currently.
Pushed out by Seven and I Holdings. Not he didn't leave like in a moment of glory. He was
did
pushed
make
out.
tens of millions of dollars on his way, right? But
Oh
hopefully,
well,
he
yeah.
got-
The one of the reports I looked at said that activist shareholders heavily criticized him, where he made 52 million in 2023 and 30 million in
oof.
2024. Yeah.
Oh, thank God!
All right, that's the third story of the week, and then finally a quick one because I was just fixated on this $7 billion number because I just sometimes when I look at these headlines back to back, I'm just like, what the hell is wrong with the world? So, the first headline was that Oracle cut 21,000 jobs to fund AI. And now its big project in Wisconsin is facing a $7 billion obstacle, right? That was the first headline. And then a day later, Oracle signs 10-year software contract with Pentagon worth up to $7 billion. So,
That's nice. It's nice synergy.
yeah, and you know how many like the friends of Trump who are signing deals with the Pentagon? I mean, it's they're lining up to sign deals with the Pentagon. And the other thing about this that's nuts to me is a software contract. I mean, every article I read, IBM is tanking because they're putting way too much of their efforts into software. Everyone is out on software. The market is afraid of software. The Pentagon is signing a 10-year software contract for $7 billion.
They didn't get the memo.
Anyway, that's my fourth story of the week.
The story is just OpenAI.
Okay,
It's
let's just move on.
Just a move on. Let's just
Horrible,
keep going.
horrible story. Even though you're spinning it as a way for Sam to leverage for a better IPO,
Yeah,
which I think
I
you're
actually-
crazy. I think you're crazy.
So that's not a positive spin. That's a more
Well,
negative spin. That's like
yeah.
we are willing to allow AI to destroy humanity if it means that we make more money in plain sight. That's what that would mean. If that was real, because that's my instinct. My instinct is, like you say that your AI went rogue suggests that your AI is smarter than everybody else's AI because yours found a way to go rogue. My instinct would suggest that is calculated. And
I don't know how you
the
can think that. I don't know how you can think
downside of
Yeah.
it is Sam Altman is so fucking petulant, man, baby, evil
And
that
wealthy.
he would be willing to destroy as much as he thinks is necessary to get the money he thinks he wants.
I'm
or
going
needs.
to remind you, it broke out of containment. It carried out a multi-stage attack on its own. It stole login credentials. It executed remote code all on its own.
The task,
This is War Games.
the
Matthew
task
Broderick, this is War
was to
Games.
break into Hugging Face in the sandbox. That was the contained task, and then it broke out and just did it. That's what I'm saying. All right, let's go to Goodly. Because I got two, and you got one. And
I'm going to do
come
mine
back.
quickly. I'm going to do mine quickly because it relates to this OpenAI story. Because my thought with OpenAI is all these lawsuits, class action, mass murder, suicide. There's so much stuff. Going rogue, ignoring the board when
Rogue.
you're fired, everything. My thought is like, in normal times, this company's shut down. It's like the company that is like digging up dead horses out of graves and then like selling, like cutting up the meat and selling it at the supermarket and calling it like grade A beef or something. They would be shut down for doing that, right? You can't do that, right?
Yeah. Well, hypothetically,
Well, hypothetically, this company would have been
gave to a super PAC.
in a different time when everyone wasn't so constantly distracted. This company would be shut down. And here's my good list. France blocks access to Polymarket website, saying it could expose users to significant gambling losses, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, this is what you have to do. I mean, if there are companies run by these man baby founders, these dropouts just getting rich off of ruining culture, like Polymarket. Just shut them down. How about we just start shutting them down? I mean, these don't benefit there's so much now that doesn't benefit humanity. This is the thing that's driving me crazy every day. This is why I focus on the bro culture of the crypto world, and because there's just so much going on that benefits nobody. I mean, you referenced Trump's $2 billion crypto windfall. It's just none of it benefits anyone. At least back in the day, the Carnegies and the Fricks and all, at least they were like building things, weren't they? Weren't they like building railroads and making steel and stuff?
I mean, you could touch the things that they built,
Yeah.
in general. Yeah.
What's your good list?
You know, the headline at the top of the New York Times right now is the
Yes,
measles
Damien
outbreak
needs
is
to
now,
shut up.
No, it's measles is now bigger than the combined measles outbreaks from 2000 to 2024.
Ugh.
So we have the biggest outbreak in the last, since the turn of the century. We have the biggest
God.
outbreak of measles, and combine that with the fact that OpenAI did actually sign a contract with Kalshi, didn't they? We just reported on that.
And Mark Zuckerberg is going to create a
So
social media betting on his platforms.
It's good times all the way around. Here's mine. Google. Here's the headline: Google slapped with $1 billion fine under landmark EU digital law.
That's something.
I mean, look, it's not nothing, right? Well, Goodliest is now. We should name it not nothingest because
It's basically nothing. The last 2 days, Google disclosed a $94 billion stake in SpaceX, and then they also have a $124 billion stake in Anthropic. So I don't know. Yeah, sure. It's $1 billion. Yeah, they're in trouble. Yeah.
it's not nothing. How about
Yeah.
this one? All right, so you already covered Target, but
Yeah.
Target appoints former 7-Eleven CEO to board of directors. The guy's name is
Joe
Joe
DePinto. I love
Joe
that.
DePinto.
It's a great name, Joe DePinto.
But here's my cynical goodliest take when I first read it, and then I had to correct myself. My cynical take is Target going bankrupt?
Oh.
So here's a typical process. Usually a failing company or
Yeah,
a
they
company
get
steadily
bankruptcy
going bankrupt,
experts.
You bring in turnaround artists,
Yeah.
bankruptcy experts, executives who have gone through a bankruptcy.
They've gone through the
before.
fall. They've gone through the middle. They've gone through the up.
Yep. Listen to DePinto's background according to LinkedIn. Board of Joann's stores. Remember Joann's
I mean,
stores?
yeah,
they
they
did
had
like
a-
cloth and like sewing
They don't.
stuff.
Do they still exist? Because I
No,
know
they
Michael's
went
is open.
bankrupt.
They went
They
bankrupt.
they went bankrupt. They're gone. They don't
I know
exist
Michael's
anymore.
is still open. Yeah.
Board of Office Max.
Oh well, there's no way Office Max still exists.
Office Max was failing so badly it got acquired by Staples, and now it just doesn't, or Office Depot or somebody. It got
Whatever.
acquired, and
Some
it's
other
basically
failure.
dead. It's been
Yeah.
dead forever. He was the CEO of 7-Eleven, which was dying under him. He was also the president of GameStop until 2005. I mean, come on.
Wait, what? That's true.
Yes, that's
God,
true.
no.
That's what he was.
Now you're making it up. Did he also work at Blockbuster when he was a teenager?
This is like he literally has made a stop at every place that sucks or failed in the
Yeah.
last 25 years.
Yeah,
and
you're
now
right,
he's on the
actually.
Target board. So I was like, oh, this is a great story. This is Target is failing. This is what
Interesting.
it's a canary in the coal mine until I noticed that Brian Cornell was on the board of Office Max at the same time as Joe DePinto.
Is that right?
Yes, for 1 year they overlapped, which means Brian Cornell knows Joe DePinto. This is not a guy they've never met before. We're just adding some cool dude to the board. They actually sat on a board together of Office
And
Max,
they both-
and then I was deeply disappointed.
And I don't know if they overlap, but I know they were both executives at Pepsi too.
Were they really?
Maybe
So-
they overlapped.
So
there.
I don't know about that overlap. I do know they had 1 year of overlap on the Office Max board. At least
Imagine
I'm
that's
pretty sure
your-
that's what the data suggests.
That's your great accomplishment. Like Pepsi, 7-Eleven, GameStop. Like that. Those are the things you're working hard at.
Target can put anybody it wants on its board, and it chose a guy whose background includes Joanne Stores, Office Max, 7-Eleven, and
Well,
GameStop.
Is this not the best example of why we say like having a former CEO as the executive chair is a bad idea? Because I don't know who Michael Fidelki wants. Maybe he wants the Pinto, maybe he doesn't. But it's not up to him.
It's definitely not up to him.
Yeah. And,
So
and
my-
to your point, Target is a one class, one share, one vote company. So investors could say no to
Vote
this.
against this. I mean, seriously, I don't know Joe DePinto personally, but I do know what I see on paper. This is not the guy you want at a company that's major problems are no one wants to shop there because you shit on the LGBTQ plus community, the black community, and Hispanic, every diverse community you could possibly think of. You shit on them. And then your product sucks and your store sucks, so much so that you had to create a guide to tell your employees to smile at customers when they came in.
Let's not.
And
Yeah.
the guide said, if you're this far away, smile.
Ugh.
If you're closer, then
Hug.
you should smile and say something like,
God.
hello, how are you today? That was their fucking guidance.
Let's not
What kind
forget
of
that.
store is that?
In North America, 7-Eleven is a gross joke. I know in Japan it's like it's fancy and nice, but here it's
7-Eleven in Japan is
nasty.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
here's horrible.
But
so
here that's here. He was operating here.
yeah, he was the
Hey,
one here.
Joe DePinto is probably the best case study we have going. That would suggest that when you appoint a director to the board, you should give investors a choice, right?
Oh,
you could
for
say
sure.
you could go with Joe DePinto. He's a bit of a failure. He likes debt. He's a bankrupt artist. He sucks. Or go with this other person, right? But no, they just select and they put him on the board before investors have a chance to vote. I mean, right here, this is the symbol of the flaw of this system. Investors they should be able to hear all about this guy before he joins the board. They should be forced to listen to our horrible podcast and learn about Joe DePinto before he joins the board. They should vote on this guy. All right.
DePinto, his only board success, is he's currently on the board of Brinker International, like the trucks. I think the
Okay,
Brinker
but-
trucks.
Yeah.
He has 10% influence there, and he's still. And he gets voted. He's been there for 15 years. Like,
Yeah.
this is the one place, and he's never leaving if he doesn't have to, because it's the only place he's done. Like, he can blend in, and no one
Yeah,
pays
because he has
attention.
no industry expertise there, so he can just sit around. All right, what do you got?
Yeah,
What
no,
else-
GameStop was super useful for that. I'm
That's
going to
true.
vote for France blocks access to Polymarket. As
Yeah,
the
at least
winner.
they're
That's
doing
definitely
something.
good.
At least they're
That's a
doing
real
something.
good thing.
Yeah,
That's
let's
right.
go.
All right, let's do
move
some.
on.
All right, are you ready for
there a game?
billionaire? Yeah, it's a game.
Good, I love games.
And this is just asshole or not. I don't want to do. We
Come
don't
on,
have to
you
do
know they're gonna all be
rankings.
yes.
There's just yes or no's. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Billionaire asshole says what speed round? Okay. I'm going to read you some headlines, and you're going to say asshole or not.
come
We
on,
don't
this
really
is-
have to go
yeah.
deep into the first one because we already talked about it. The first option here, Sam Altman. Here are the headlines. 2023, Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, calls for U.S. to regulate artificial intelligence.
Yeah, like they want even more than that. He wanted like an international body.
Oh, yeah. Well, 2025, Sam Altman testifies at U.S. Senate hearing on AI competitiveness, says, quote, European-style AI rules that he said, if duplicated, would set the U.S. back in the global race against China.
Again,
to
we're
develop
always
the
at China.
technology.
Yeah, we're at China.
He also rejected calls for regulation. He said proposals would be disastrous for AI developers. And he asked, he did say that I don't think we need it. It can be helpful, sensible regulation that does not slow us down, which is what he was asking for in 2025. So it took 2 years for him to come totally around. But then in 2026, he said, this is the headline, Sam Altman wants a global referee for AI.
Yeah.
That's what he said, a global referee. And then 2026, Sam Altman says the world urgently needs AI regulation. He said that earlier in February. And July 10th, OpenAI's head of safety is leaving the company.
Well, wouldn't
And
you?
July
I would.
21st, OpenAI says its AI models went rogue
Well,
and attacked a digital library.
Let me make this worse for you, because
Please.
again, I called Sam's reaction to regulation confused and shady. So let me add a few things. Last month, Sam argued in front of the Senate that AI developers should not have to obtain government approval before releasing new models to the public. Right?
Nice. Okay.
But then earlier this month, he said in an op-ed in the Financial Times that governments, rather than AI labs, should set the rules for artificial intelligence.
Yeah, but not. They should set the rules, but
not-
the rules should
but
be
not have any-
not no rules. The rule number one is do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's the rule.
And then, but this guy, again, this is how he operates. He confuses you and he's a shady bastard. But let me keep going. Earlier this year, OpenAI president Greg Brockman and Andreessen Horowitz launched a super PAC called Leading the Future, dedicating $100 million to opposing AI regulation, right?
Yeah, well, of course.
So there you go. Yeah.
This is the Zuck playbook in which Zuck goes in front of Congress.
Zuck's
and
clearer. I think Zuck's clearer.
Zuck says to Congress,
To be fair.
please regulate us. Somebody needs to regulate us. And then when asked a follow-up question, he says, but China is a major threat. So
Can I give Zuck some credit
it's
here?
either us or China.
Let me give Zuck some credit. Zuck moves in waves. So for 4 years, he acts one way, right? But then the next 5 years, he changes his mind. He does another thing. Sam does this every day. He's
I guess that's
constantly
true-ish.
being confusing and shady. Whereas Zuck just becomes a different person, right? He just changes his mind completely. But Sam is changing his mind in every conversation he's trying.
Can we
to
just
fool
say
with you.
they're all
Asshole.
horrible?
Asshole.
Okay,
So let's move
that's
on.
a
Move
yes.
on.
That's a
Yeah, move
Elon
on.
Musk. Do you need to hear the headline, or do you want it?
No, because there are so many things to talk about with Elon this week, like every week. But I don't know where you're going to land on this.
My
one.
headline was Elon Musk declares I'm not racist after posting
Yeah.
racially charged content
Can I
throughout
be-
January 2026.
Can I be honest with you? Can I be candid for a second about to you and the listener we have? Is that
Yeah,
I've,
the one. Yeah, sure.
I've actually never had a moment or needed to have a moment in my life where I had to tell people I'm not racist.
Correct. When you have to say I'm not
I wanna
racist,
get there,
you
but I've never
probably
had
are,
to.
aren't
Yeah.
you? Like,
Yes,
that's-
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, let's not forget this whole stupid story about this. He's mad at one of the great filmmakers of our times, Christopher Nolan. He's mad about the Odyssey because he cast someone who's black in it, and
Yeah.
he's now wants to bankroll Mel Gibson, who is one of the all-time known anti-Semites of the world. He wants to bankroll him to make an actual, like, historically accurate version of a made-up story, of a fictional
Yeah,
story.
so funny
Yeah.
thing here. There is no historical accurate Odyssey because
Well,
it's
but
make
if there is, Mel Gibson would know, right? Mel Gibson would know how to do. I just love that Elon Musk. Elon Musk thinks he is better, again, than the preeminent filmmaker of our time.
Yeah,
Right?
one of the best, and the movie which I'm going to see tomorrow is supposed to be one of the best movies ever made. Right, like it's supposed to be beautiful and wonderful.
Shot in
fabulous.
70 millimeters, the first movie shot on with IMAX cameras, and it was a long history. I mean, the guy's been making since it started with Memento in the 90s. I mean,
Yeah,
this guy's been
Memento.
making
awesome movie.
incredible movies. Elon Musk is the worst. I mean, he's absolutely
actual worst,
the
yeah.
worst. He's actually the
Well,
worst.
Maybe to add fuel to that fire, on January 22nd of this year, he posted that whites are a rapidly dying minority. So that's probably why he's angry about a black woman getting the role of Helen
Yeah.
of Troy in the fictitious Odyssey.
He was also
and called
fighting
it woke.
He was fighting with a reporter from The Economist this week too about immigration. I don't know why he has so much to say about immigration in the United Kingdom, but he's really
a
into
white
it.
man from South Africa
Yeah, who lives in Texas?
who lives in Texas. Everything about him is I fucking hate everyone who's not a white person.
But why is he why is he commenting about immigration in the United Kingdom?
Because he's got a trillionaire.
But do-
Trillionaires just comment about everything.
But do you know what he says about it? He's saying that there is a coming race war.
Yeah, of course, because that's what every Nazi says, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is
What
a
a bleak,
billionaire
what a
asshole
bleak
says what's
view of
speed
humanity.
round.
Yeah, it's just a bleak man. Yeah,
I'm gonna guess here that's a yes for asshole.
I'm gonna say yes, asshole.
Okay, I'm shocked. How about this one? Jensen Huang.
Okay.
Jensen Huang says AI leaders need to be thoughtful in how they talk about AI. We're scaring people. Here's a
Well,
quote. I think that we ought to be much more enthusiastic about it. Help the United States realize that the only way we get left behind is if we don't apply the technology.
What does it even mean? What does it mean?
He's talking about China, obviously. He's talking about China.
But what does he mean when he says the United States? He's not talking about the people, right? He's talking about who's he talking about? The
He's
companies,
basically
the
saying
corporations.
people
Although
need
the Supreme Court said corporations are people, so I don't know.
people need to be excited about this because otherwise China wins. So he's basically like,
Why is
we're
that a problem
scared-
for me? What? If China does well at something, does that ruin my life here in the state in New England?
Is this some sort of fundamental like communism thing again?
I
Like,
don't
is
know.
it
Does my ocean water
1952?
turn into like nails and sharks if China wins? Like I don't even know what they're talking about anymore.
I have to speak Mandarin. I don't have to speak Mandarin. I live in the United States, right? Like I don't know I don't understand what everything is.
I'm not
Jensen
going to
might.
call Jensen an asshole. I'm going to call him just like a dope. He's an idiot. He's just
So
a
it's
greedy.
no.
I don't
This
know
is
what
a
he
binary,
is.
so there's just a no.
I don't know.
Um,
He's just okay. Thanks.
How about Zuck?
Oh, come on.
Call us whatever the hell you want. Mark Zuckerberg just launched an AI optimism blitz using nostalgia to sell
Great.
Meta's AI future amid
Well, what do you mean?
backlash.
He's paying for advertising,
He did a pre-recorded
like
video
World Cup commercials.
in which he said, quote, call us optimists, call us dreamers, call us whatever the hell you want, but we're betting on people and we like those odds.
Well, they're betting on people because he's using the people to get like excessively wealthy and powerful.
Second thought for the pre-recorded video, doesn't Zuck have an AI avatar that he uses internally to replace himself?
MetaZuck.
MetaZuck, like that's a real thing. That's not a make-believe thing. They announced that they had created an avatar for Mark Zuckerberg to respond to his own employees, so he didn't have to because it was wasting his time.
You know what's too bad, really? You know what's really too bad is that without Elon Musk, Zuck would easily be the biggest asshole in the world, but he's just not. He's not.
Without Elon Musk, Zuck wouldn't have somebody he's just imitating. All he does is copy. Like he goes out and
To
talks
be
about
fair,
masculinity after Musk does. He doesn't
let me
come
credit
up with
Zuck
anything
again.
himself.
I'm going to credit Zuck again here, is that he is not like a constant racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic. He's not like constantly speaking it like
He doesn't
Elon does.
say that, sure. Yeah.
Right. I mean, maybe he thinks it. I don't really care, but Elon, this is like his daily existence, right? So I give Zuck credit. I will say this about Zuck. He is not the world's biggest asshole.
Wow.
And Jim Cramer will also say that he is definitely not a bozo.
Definitely
right?
not a bozo.
Yeah.
Not a bozo.
But a college dropout.
I don't say. I think he's like a self-loathing beta is what he is.
But I will say, for the sake of this quiz, he's an asshole.
he's so punchable to me. I don't know.
All right, move on. This is getting
all right.
weird.
Bill Ackman.
Oh, come on. We don't have to play this game. What did Bill Ackman do?
Oh, well, the headline is CEOs agree there's an affordability crisis, but how to solve it isn't so simple. But
That's
Bill
a
Ackman's
lie. Remember we covered it this week. What was her name? Molly Metzel, Molly Moon
Moons,
Metzel.
Yeah.
She gives anyone who works up to 18 hours. She gives full health benefits. She also
She was paying $1,000 a month per
child
for health care.
for childcare.
For child care.
And it's a successful company. So
See-
which means that you could probably scale that to any company.
The CEOs who are agreeing there's an affordability crisis are the ones who are laying off people and saying AI, and they take literally billions
China.
from labor. They literally just pocket money for
Yeah.
themselves, right? But Bill Ackman said in this article, quote, "When I grew up, if a guy in my neighborhood got a Corvette, no one resented the guy.
That's not true.
Everyone was like, wow, that's super cool.
No, that's not true.
Hopefully someday I can be as successful as that guy, so I can buy a
What?
Corvette too.
What
we wanna
neighborhood
get
did he
back
grow
to
up in?
that version of America.
Yeah, we never had that version of America.
I
hate
didn't
to
grow
tell
up
you,
with that
Bill.
version of I didn't. I looked at the guy who had a Corvette and
Middle
I was like,
finger.
yeah, what a fucking asshole.
I mean, let's be fair. Like, it is a cute story, but Bill, I mean, that's not really how America is. I mean, America always gives the middle-aged balding guy in a midlife crisis who's going through a divorce or cheating on his wife, driving the Corvette, like the convertible. They always give them the middle finger. They don't envy him.
Bill Ackman is the son of the former chairman of New York real estate financing firm Ackman Ziff Real Estate Group. Like he went.
So he thought it was cool that someone had a pretty okay sports car.
I don't understand what he
He's
went
lying.
to one of
He's full of
the
it.
like
He's
he
just
lived in one of the more expensive communities in the country.
He's lying to
He
you.
went to Harvard. He
He's just
what
lying.
What are you
It's a
talking
fake-
about?
it's a
That
fake-
when I grew up.
It's a fake populism. He's really definitely an
So
asshole.
asshole
That's all I can say.
or
He's-
not, because
yeah, of
liar's
course, of
not
course.
necessarily an asshole.
Yeah,
You just
I
gotta
can't
go
even.
with
I can't even.
All right, last one
You're
then.
killing me.
Andrea Lucas.
Oh, good. I see. At least I don't know who this is, so we can start
You do.
fresh.
She's the chair of the EEOC, the,
the new-
Equal Employment Opportunity Commission.
She's the white woman fighting against
She's the white
all
woman
the
who
black people who are stealing white jobs. Is that it?
not only did she demote the most qualified person there, who was a black woman, and promote another white woman into a position above that black
Well, at
woman.
least it was a woman, right?
Okay. All right. I guess. Yeah. She also tweeted out that if any white men feel they've been discriminated against, please contact the EEOC, as an open invitation to get white men to sue companies, because they have an agenda to fight against companies. She is the one.
She's specifically representing white men, not just white people.
Not women, just white men.
Wow.
It was the call out.
Who is this person?
And she specifically was the one who targeted Nike for their diversity programs.
Right. The
Here-
company built on the black culture of America.
Yeah. Here's
Yeah.
the latest communication from
Literally-
EEOC.
Literally, probably the most famous company in the world that was built on the culture, specifically the culture of African Americans, right?
Yeah. Well, that's who
probably-
they targeted.
But you
for-
couldn't probably find a company that was
Reverse
that
racism.
sold that culture more to become a juggernaut.
So,
right? Could you
so
name a
the-
bigger company?
No.
No,
And
you couldn't.
And the EEOC targeted them for investigating them for reverse racism, right?
Right,
So
for
this is against
helping
white males.
Black people.
Okay.
Yeah. By hiring
The
them.
EEOC announced, here's the headline: employers may no longer have to disclose race and gender data. Since 1966, they've had to disclose this data to the EEOC. And the reason why they've had to is so that because lawsuits basically were coming about how companies have been discriminating against people of color and women since 1966. Now they're saying effectively it's racist for us to ask, is what Andrea Lucas is saying. Quote, collecting such data of Andrea Lucas.
This is
press
awful.
release.
You're hurting me. This is awful.
Collecting such data about employees' race and sex, absent any specific allegation of discrimination, not only risks hindering effective enforcement of equal employment laws, but also raises constitutional concerns. So she's basically saying the Constitution prohibits us from asking for the data unless someone specifically alleges that there is discrimination, is what she's saying. Meanwhile, the same week they announced that, Nike announced a $7.5 million settlement because they discriminated against a woman at Nike who sued them because she was getting paid less than a male counterpart with the same job, and Nike had to settle. So while the EEOC is suing or is investigating Nike for racism against white men, Nike had to settle a lawsuit against a woman because they were paying the white men more
terrible.
than
You're
they were
hurting me.
paying the
Just
women.
Just stop.
So how about that? Andrea Lucas.
The woman she replaced, Victoria Lipnick, on the other hand, fought for civil rights protections and employment for LGBT individuals.
Don't even look at who she replaced. She replaced a
Double
long
down
line,
on anti-harassment training during the Me
long
Too
line
movement.
of highly qualified
Yeah.
individuals, whereas Andrea Lucas and Catherine.
Well,
I
I'll
can't
say
remember
this.
Her name now, Lipschitz or something. I don't
Victoria
remember her fucking
Lipnick
name.
was the last.
No,
No,
The
someone
Catherine
else?
Eskbach. That's her name.
Okay.
Catherine Eskbach, who Lucas brought in. The EEOC actually hasn't filled 2 members. They've just
Right, well,
leaving
that's-
it vacant.
That's one of the ways they're
It's
killing
one of the ways they're getting away with all this shit.
regulation and saving money. Yeah.
It is literally they are
right,
they
stop
are the
killing me.
worst.
Stop. I will say
Okay.
for this week only, because I like to do this as of the week. She's my asshole of the week.
Yeah, I like that. All right.
And Andrea Lucas, I pray you're listening, right? Because I mean, how many
She is.
podcasts are talking about you? So I pray you're listening. I want to congratulate you that you beat out for asshole of the week. Bill Ackman, Mark Zuckerberg, Jensen Huang. No, he's not an asshole. You beat Bill Ackman, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, and Sam Altman.
Yeah, that's hard.
Right?
What a crew! What a murderer's row!
Yeah.
That's like she's like the Cape Verde of the asshole.
All right,
World
let's
Cup.
come on, move on. Actually, we're making good time today. I love
All right,
this. I'm so
headlines,
hungry. Yeah.
winners, predictions.
Speaking of being hungry,
Oh, I don't like any of this.
let me before I get to my food headlines of the week, I want to start with this one. I love I feel like it should be a requirement that we pick our headline of the week, but then we also pick our Jamie Dimon Says headline of the week too.
Yeah, I think that's a new feature.
Yeah.
Jamie Dimon Says it's just a segment.
So mine this week was Jamie Dimon Says insecurity, not ego, is what destroys the careers of top CEOs. So they need more ego.
They need more ego.
Yeah, because I mean, when you're looking at like the Sam Altmans, the Jensen Huangs, the Elon Musks, the Mark Zuckerbergs, where's the ego, right? Where's the ego?
Just so we know what that's in response to, or likely in response to, there was a study 2 weeks ago that showed that narcissistic CEOs were the most likely to force you to come back to work, right? Like, so if Jamie Dimon was among them, the way they measured narcissism was the size of your picture in your annual report, the size of your pay package relative to peers,
the size of your knee
the size of your signature, like it was like all about big, right? Like big shit. And now Jamie Dimon's saying, no, it's not ego that's a problem. It's you're too insecure.
So here are my two headlines of the week. Burger King.
I like that.
Lettuce lovers are confused and afraid. I just like the way that's poetic. Lettuce lovers are confused and afraid.
Yeah, they are. Are you?
Are there lettuce lovers out there?
Are you a lettuce lover?
I mean, I love arugula. That's lettuce, right?
That's lettuce shit. I mean, I only get lettuce.
I like spinach and kale, but that's not lettuce, is it? Is spinach kale lettuce? No.
No. It's lettuce adjacent.
My second one is Burger King is promising a free Whopper if its burger doesn't meet your expectations. Now think about this. If the disgusting burger if you hate the disgusting burger they shove down your gullet, they're gonna make it up by giving you a free disgusting burger. Think about it. Think about the math there, though. This is their plan. Let me ask you this: has Joe DePinto ever been on the board of Burger King? Right?
Probably at some point. But I'm wondering what it thinks my expectations are of your burgers.
My expectation when I go to Burger King is getting a horrible burger.
In which case it met your expectation, right? Like I'd be like, get a free one.
I'd be like, this is gross. Perfect. Thank you.
Have
a good day.
I don't need another one. No. I don't need a free one.
What a dumb. Yeah. What do you have? What's your headline?
Here was mine. Taco Bell is dropping the price on one of its menu items to $1 for a day, and yes, it's lettuce free.
Yeah, well, this answers the why I put a lot of companies into the drug categories in our show, like like Mark Zuckerberg's companies or betting companies or like fast food or Netflix. This is what drug dealers do, right? Like there's maybe the last batch of heroin they were selling on the street was like laced with fentanyl and killed like 4 people.
Sell for $1.
Yeah, so they're like, look, we're good. Come back. We're fine now. We're good, right? I mean, isn't that what Taco Bell is doing? Who would go into Taco Bell with all this explosive diarrhea going on? What if a piece of lettuce fell in your? What if it fell in your gordita?
As if Taco Bell wasn't already giving you diarrhea.
That's true.
To begin
That's
with.
true.
But I love that because of this outbreak, because of the Trump explosive diarrhea syndrome,
Trump ruins everything.
They had to remove the only thing on the taco that was probably good for you. They removed the lettuce.
There's the lettuce, which is just water. Yeah, right.
All right, who won the week?
Mine
is a tough week for you. I feel like
I'm a little overwhelmed this week. Look, I mean, I just need to repeat. OpenAI says its technology acted on its own in an unprecedented hack of another company. I mean, this is where we're at. I just want to remind you.
Yeah, I had forgotten from the earlier in the show.
Well, my winner is the amount, the $7 billion. This amount, which like magically at Oracle, first they were struggling because they
needed $7 billion.
They were facing an obstacle, $7 billion obstacle, right? That's a headline And then the next headline from
They
CNBC
found $7
saying they
billion.
signed a contract for $7 billion. What the hell is
That's
happening?
a nice synergy. It's nice.
Let's not forget, this is Larry Ellison, one of Trump's BFFs. Yeah.
So my winner is kale because there's
it's
no
been a while
excess.
for kale.
There's
Yeah.
no excess risk of getting diarrhea, and there's definitely no risk of getting diarrhea at Taco Bell from kale since they don't have kale. So
Yeah,
it's
but kale
basically
could give you
win-win.
diarrhea, right?
I know. I'm saying there's no extra risk of diarrhea.
extra
Like
risk.
just regular kale diarrhea is one thing, but like there's no link to for kale. I mean,
Well-
shouldn't everybody who loves lettuce just be like, just get kale for now?
I will tell you this though, Taylor Farms does sell kale.
Oh, really? Oh, don't buy kale.
Right?
Never mind. What's your prediction?
Predictions. My prediction is that Jamie Dimon, the most famous kneeler in the world, let's not forget, the one of the richest, most arrogant CEOs of our times, of any times, during the Black Lives Matter movement, he performatively kneeled at a
In front of-
Citibank,
Yeah,
right?
City, yeah.
He chose a Citibank location where there were a lot
Buffalo,
of
I
black people
think, or
working.
something, yeah.
He made sure to pick one where there were black people working, and then he kneeled because
In
solidarity. right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a few years later, he stood by as the whole country has dismantled any love of the Black Lives Matter movement, and
He stood up at
DEI is
first.
ripped apart.
He did say DEI was important at first, and then
Okay, well.
basically said all these programs are crap later on.
So our favorite kneeler, Jamie Dimon. My prediction is Jamie Dimon kneels on a head of lettuce.
in
Right? I don't
solidarity
really
with
know what it
who's-
means.
Who's in solidarity with who?
I don't
there?
know. I don't know what it means, but I just think it's an important moment in America right now. Yeah.
All right, I have two predictions. One real, one not so real. My real prediction is OpenAI IPO flops hard.
Well, this is okay. Thank you. This is what I'm saying. I actually think that the story is leading up to this. I think Sam is failing.
I think he's failing. I think he's going to get ousted. I think Sam gets ousted.
He's-
in fact,
He's the Travis Kalanick of this world, the
In
former
fact-
horrible Uber CEO who got pushed out.
it leads to my second
Go ahead.
prediction, the fake prediction, which is the news media, after Altman gets ousted, celebrates Tasha McCauley and Helen Toner,
Yep,
who's
former directors.
the board directors at OpenAI, who saw this coming and tried to oust him. And OpenAI chair Brett Taylor resigns and makes Helen Toner the new chair on his way out. That's
Well,
my
if
prediction.
that happens, then shouldn't our company finally be celebrated for being smarter than something?
I feel like somebody should, like our one listener should be like, wow, that
they're-
will be the end of it, the celebration.
Like the
Wow.
list, the one listener will be on a plane and they'll be staring at their bag of peanuts and be like, "Those guys are smarter than this bag of peanuts," right?
That's the bar I like to
Yeah.
hold myself to.
All right, come on.
That's Hazelnut Rollis, Peanut Rollis. I'm your analyst, Toll, Matt Muscardi. We are Free Float. We didn't do a proxy countdown this week because,
Well, I tried. I got a month of filing, so I do have some things, but it's not a lot going on.
There's not
so
a lot going on, but we do have we've got access to this new board simulator. We've got scenario models. There's so much we are doing that I feel like we should come back to it.
we'll catch up on it next week.
We'll catch up on it next week. There was a shareholder primacy that came out on Wednesday. They're going to be off for a couple weeks coming soon.
Oh, must
so
be
get
nice.
that one. But until next week, good.